Social Security payments in August 2025, dates, money saving tips. Here's something that might shock you. Millions of Americans are about to receive double Social Security payments this August, while others will get absolutely nothing in September. But here's where it gets controversial. Are you actually maximizing what could be your most important income source? August 2025 brings a unique payment situation that over 71 million Social Security beneficiaries need to understand immediately. This month presents an unusual scenario where certain recipients will witness two separate deposits hitting their accounts, followed by a complete payment gap the following month. The Democrat and Chronicle highlights this irregular pattern that's catching many off guard. The fundamental structure of Social Security distributions operates on a Wednesday-centric system throughout most months, serving the vast majority of recipients. Additionally, approximately 7.4 million Americans who face disabilities or possess limited financial resources depend on monthly supplemental security income payments. What's particularly interesting is that roughly half of these SSI recipients simultaneously collect regular Social Security benefits, essentially doubling their federal assistance. Understanding your August 2025 payment timeline. The Social Security Administration orchestrates a carefully choreographed payment system that hinges primarily on your birth date, a system that some critics argue creates unnecessary confusion and financial planning challenges. Recipients of retirement, disability, and survivor benefits who initially filed their claims after May 1997 find themselves categorized into one of three Wednesday payment groups during each month. When the first day of any month lands on a weekend or recognized holiday, as September 2025 demonstrates, the administration typically shifts payments to the preceding business day, creating these double payment months that can either help or hurt your budgeting strategy. For those who began receiving benefits before May 1997, a completely different payment schedule applies. Here's exactly when your August money will arrive. Thursday, August 1st, reserved for individuals who started receiving Social Security prior to May 1997. Wednesday, August 13th, designated for recipients born between the 1st and 10th of any month. Wednesday, August 20th, allocated for those with birth dates falling between the 11th and 20th. Wednesday, August 27th, scheduled for individuals born between the 21st and 31st. SSI recipients face a particularly unique situation this August. They'll receive payments on both August 1st and August 29th because Labor Day falls on September 1st, 2025. This means September's scheduled payment gets pushed into August, creating what some financial advisors call a payment windfall, followed by a payment drought. What to do when your payment goes missing? And this is the part most people miss. Knowing exactly how to handle a missing Social Security payment can mean the difference between quick resolution and weeks of financial stress. If your electronic deposit fails to appear on the designated date, your first contact should be your bank or financial institution, not the Social Security Administration. The SSA specifically notes that banking institutions sometimes experience delays in posting federal payments, which creates unnecessary panic among beneficiaries. For payments that remain genuinely missing, stolen, or significantly delayed, recipients should contact the Social Security Administration directly at 1-800-772-1213 or use the TTY number 1-800-325-0778 for hearing-impaired individuals. Alternatively, visiting your local Social Security office provides face-to-face assistance. The administration promises to review each case and replace any payment that's legitimately due, according to their official website guidance. However, they recommend waiting 3 additional business days beyond your expected payment date before initiating contact, since 99% of beneficiaries receive their payments electronically without issues. When can you start claiming Social Security benefits? Here's where financial planning gets controversial. You can begin claiming reduced Social Security benefits as early as age 62. But should you? This decision impacts your financial security for the rest of your life. yet millions make it without fully understanding the long-term consequences. Waiting until you reach full retirement age guarantees higher monthly benefits, a fact that many financial advisors argue isn't emphasized enough by the Social Security Administration. Full retirement age continues climbing gradually, increasing by 2 months for each birth year. Individuals born in 1958 reach full retirement age at 66 years and 8 months, while those born in 1959 must wait until 66 years and 10 months. For SSI qualification, adults generally cannot earn monthly wages exceeding $2,019. Eligible individuals can begin their application process through multiple channels: online applications, in-person visits to local Social Security offices, or phone applications by calling 1-800-772-1213, TTY 1-800-325-0778, between 8 a.m. and 7 p.m. during weekdays. 10 strategic methods to maximize your Social Security income. But here's what the government doesn't want you to know. There are specific strategies that can significantly stretch your Social Security dollars, yet they're rarely discussed in official literature. First, conduct a thorough audit of non-essential expenditures by meticulously reviewing bank and credit card statements to identify recurring charges that no longer serve your needs. This exercise often reveals forgotten subscriptions and automatic payments that drain your resources unnecessarily. Second, actively research senior discount programs offered by retailers, grocery chains, and transportation services for individuals age 60 and above. Many businesses provide substantial savings that aren't widely advertised, requiring you to ask specifically about available discounts. Third, consolidate your insurance policies by combining automobile and homeowners coverage under a single provider. This bundling approach typically reduces overall premiums, freeing up additional income for essential monthly expenses. Fourth, implement digital budgeting tools or traditional worksheets to monitor your spending patterns meticulously. This tracking system helps prioritize genuine necessities while eliminating impulse purchases that can quickly erode your fixed income. Fifth, investigate enrollment in the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program, which can substantially reduce or stabilize your monthly energy costs throughout the year. Sixth, develop strategic meal planning by creating detailed shopping lists before visiting grocery stores and adhering to them strictly. Supplement this approach by shopping at discount retailers and studying weekly advertisements to identify the best deals on essential food items. Seventh, optimize your transportation expenses by combining multiple errands into single trips, reducing fuel costs and vehicle wear. The money saved through efficient trip planning can be redirected toward critical needs like healthcare or nutrition. Eighth, explore prescription drug savings programs that operate independently from your insurance coverage. These separate programs can provide significant medication cost reductions, allowing your Social Security check to cover more essential expenses. Ninth, practice strategic timing for non-essential purchases by waiting for sales and markdown periods, particularly for home goods and electronic items that aren't immediately necessary. 10th, establish a cash-only system for discretionary spending by withdrawing a predetermined amount monthly for optional purchases. Once this cash is exhausted, no additional discretionary spending occurs until the following month, creating automatic spending discipline. But here's the controversial question that demands an answer. Is the current Social Security system actually designed to help recipients thrive or merely survive? The strategies above shouldn't be necessary for basic financial security, yet they've become essential survival tactics for millions of Americans. What's your experience with Social Security payments? Have you discovered additional strategies that help stretch your benefits further? More importantly, do you think the current payment system serves recipients fairly, or does it create unnecessary financial stress through its complex scheduling and qualification requirements? Share your thoughts and experiences. Your insights could help fellow recipients navigate this challenging system more effectively. No Social Security payment this week, August 2025. Here's why when you'll get paid. This week, there will be no disbursement of Social Security payments. Let's delve into the reasons behind this situation. Understanding the importance. The Social Security Administration, SSA, plays a crucial role in providing monthly financial support to various groups, including retirees, individuals with disabilities, and the families of deceased workers. With approximately 70 million beneficiaries and a variety of payment types, it's important to note that not everyone receives their payments simultaneously. Key information to consider. For the majority of Social Security recipients, payment schedules are determined by their birth dates. However, there are exceptions for those who began receiving benefits prior to May 1997 or who also qualify for Supplemental Security Income (SSI). SSI is a federal program that offers monthly payments to individuals with disabilities or blindness, as well as to seniors age 65 and older who meet specific financial requirements. Typically, these two groups receive their payments during the first week of each month. For retirees who do not receive SSI and started collecting benefits after May 1997, payments are generally issued on the second Wednesday of the month, which usually falls in the second week. In August, however, the payment date is set for the 13th, which actually occurs in the third week of the month. It's important to clarify that this is not a delay in payment. The second Wednesday, designated for individuals born between the 1st and 10th of any month, coincidentally falls in the third week of August this year. Individuals with birthdays from the 11th to the 20th can expect their payments on August 20th, while those born between the 21st and 31st will receive theirs on August 27th. What are the Social Security benefits? The amount of Social Security benefits varies from person to person. These amounts are calculated using a formula that considers a worker's 35 highest earning years, adjusted for inflation, along with the age at which they choose to start claiming benefits. The earliest age to claim retirement benefits is 62, and there are different regulations for spousal and survivor benefits. In 2025, an individual retiring at the full retirement age of 67 could receive a maximum of $4,018 per month. If one opts to retire early at 62, this maximum drops to $2,831, while delaying retirement until age 70 can increase the monthly benefit to as much as $5,108. However, as of May, the average benefit for all retirement recipients was $2,002.39. For those receiving spousal benefits, the average payment was $950.20, and individuals collecting survivor benefits received an average of $1,566.66. A spokesperson from the SSA previously stated the average Social Security benefit amount changes monthly. As wages tend to rise over time, each new group of retirees increases the average benefit amount, as their calculations typically reflect higher earnings. For those receiving SSI, which can be claimed at any age, the average payment was $718.30. These amounts are contingent upon the recipient's income and any other financial resources they may have. Engage with us. What are your thoughts on the current state of Social Security payments? Do you believe the system is fair and effective in supporting those in need? Share your opinions in the comments below. Let's discuss the complexities and potential improvements to this vital program. 2 SSI payments in August 2025. What you need to know. Imagine receiving not one, but 2 Supplemental Security Income (SSI) checks in a single month. Sounds like a financial relief, right? But here's where things get interesting. This unusual occurrence is happening in August, and it's tied to changes in how Social Security handles overpayments. If you're an SSI recipient or someone who relies on these benefits, there's a lot to unpack about why this is happening and what it means for your finances. First, let's dive into the basics of SSI. The Supplemental Security Income Program, managed by the Social Security Administration, SSA, provides monthly financial assistance to individuals with limited income and resources. This includes people who have disabilities, are blind, or are aged 65 or older. To qualify, recipients must meet strict limits on their income and assets, like having no more than $2,019 in monthly earnings, though this limit can vary depending on circumstances, such as family size or whether parents are applying for children. Now, back to the double payments in August. This happens because of how the SSA schedules its payouts. For August 2025, the first SSI check will arrive on Friday, August 1st, covering that month's benefits. However, due to the way the calendar aligns, another payment is slated for August 29th. This one is actually for September. As a result, SSI recipients won't see a payment during the actual month of September, since they'll already have received it at the end of August. But wait, there's more. If you're also receiving traditional Social Security benefits, you might be looking at 3 separate checks this month. Why? Because Social Security payments are distributed based on recipients' birth dates, meaning some individuals could receive additional funds alongside their SSI checks. For example, those born between the 1st and 10th of any given month typically get paid on the second Wednesday, while others follow different schedules. It's worth noting that anyone who began collecting Social Security before May 1997 or receives both Social Security and SSI will see their funds deposited on the 1st of the month. Here's where things take a slightly controversial turn. What if your benefit check seems smaller than expected? This could be linked to past overpayments from the SSA. An overpayment occurs when the agency mistakenly pays out more than a recipient is entitled to, often due to errors in reporting income changes or miscalculations by the SSA itself. In April, the administration announced plans to notify individuals who were overpaid in the past. After giving recipients 90 days to appeal or request reduced repayment terms, the SSA intends to withhold up to 50% of future benefits until the debt is settled. This policy has sparked debate among beneficiaries, many of whom argue that repaying these amounts creates undue hardship. So what do you think? Is withholding part of someone's benefits fair, especially if the error wasn't entirely their fault? Share your thoughts in the comments below. For those wondering about specific payout dates, the SSA publishes annual calendars outlining when payments will be issued. In 2025, SSI recipients can expect checks on the following dates: August 1st for August, August 29th for September, October 1st for October, October 31st for November, December 1st for December, and December 31st for January 2026. Interestingly, this pattern results in 2 payments being issued within the same month 3 times throughout the year: August, October, and December. By the way, did you know that California alone has over 1.1 million residents receiving SSI payments? According to recent data, more than half of these individuals qualify due to disabilities or blindness. And when we zoom out to look at all Social Security beneficiaries in the state, the numbers swell even further. Over 6 million Californians rely on these programs, with nearly 77% being retired workers. These statistics highlight just how critical these safety net programs are for millions of Americans. So, as we approach August and the dual payment phenomenon unfolds, take a moment to review your own financial situation. Are you prepared for potential adjustments to your benefits? Do you agree with how the SSA handles overpayments? There's plenty to consider and perhaps even discuss as we navigate these complex systems together.